Welcome back. We're here with a 1480s recap. Starting in 1480, we had 3 birthdays. Malcolm Landgrab III became a teenager along with our Mortimer, and Thomas also became teenagers. So there are our handsome boys. And we also met a new family, the Bergeron family. So this is Orla and then Thora, who both joined society. We also had Madalena come back as a changeling. So it wasn't really her, but we replaced her with a changeling. And we had a ball where people were starting to fall in love. So relationships were definitely happening. And Malcolm ended up finding out that Madalena was a changeling, and also we had a date for Lavinia, which kind of ended in disaster, so her father was not happy about that, and then Dante proceeded to break up another marriage before we did have a birthday party for the twins. In 1481, we didn't have any birthdays, but we did meet 2 new Sims. We met Kenrick and Alana Reeder. They were new to the town, so there they are. We had Malcolm and Madalena continuing their relationship despite him finding out about her true nature, and then we had some courting happen between all 3 of our children. We had Mortimer become a squire under Eric and start practicing his swordsmanship, and we had Lavinia continuing her relationship despite her father's wariness about it and gossiping with Olivia about, boys, and then of course Dante continuing to break up families, breaking up this new couple that we literally just added, and then courting Diana, Mortimer courting Diana. In 1482, we had 2 birthdays. We had Peregrine Landgrab become a teenager, and then Malcolm Payne finally becoming a young adult. So that's really exciting. We met a new family, the Ward family. So this is Eustace Jr., and then we had Herbert, who was married to Veronica, and they had 2 sons, including Gandalf and his little brother Robert II. So that was our new family that we just met. And then we had Madalena trying to talk with Thomas about Malcolm getting permission to propose to her, which he did, and then he did propose. Also, we had another proposal, which was Diana and Mortimer, but, she wanted him to make sure to get her father's permission, which he then went to go do. We had the knights training together, and then flirting with Amelia. We had Thomas flirting with Amelia. Madalena and Malcolm got married, and of course Dante broke up another relationship. So just continuing on that path, in 1483 we had Malcolm Payne II be born, and he was a hybrid changeling, and not changeling, fairy. And then Agnes Dobeck, who was one of our affair children, became a child, and then Odelgard Goth became a teenager. We did meet the Carlisle family, so this is John and his wife Isolde, and then his son from his first marriage, Andrew. So that was that family that we met. We had Thomas kind of talking with Isabel, unsure about Amelia because she is mean, a family dinner between our Sims, a visit to the grave because Cassandra, has been gone for a while, and there he saw Odelgard and fought with her. So that ended kind of poorly. We had another date, which again wasn't great, and then Thomas and Amelia posing and having some awkward interactions because it didn't quite work out the way I thought it was going to. And then, of course, Dante, once again, breaking up another marriage. In 1484, we have Nesta Ward, who was born. She was another one of our affair children, along with Bridget Lewis, who is also an affair child. And then Alexander Goth became a teenager. We met a new family, the Graves family. This is Milo Graves and his son Milo Jr., who was married to Matilda. They did not really get along, and honestly, Emil here and the rest of his family did not get the screen time they deserved considering what happens next year. And this is his little brother Grimwald and then sister Edme. Then we have, once again, Dante breaking up a marriage because he had a fair baby with her. Everyone was returning for war, so we're happy that Mortimer returned successful and became an actual knight. graduated from Squire, but of course Eustace did not like that and caused a problem with him, so they were going to duel to the death, which they did do, and luckily Mortimer won, sort of. And then we had a big dinner with everyone and their prospective spouses. So 1485, let's do it. Okay, good things that happened that year. Nesta Ward became a toddler. Unrelated things that happened that year, but kind of happened at the same time. Mitchell Kalani died of his birthday role. In our main household, we did end up losing from the sweating sickness Thomas the elder, Lavinia, and then Thomas the younger. So we did lose these people in our main household. Along with them, many other Sims, including Ginevra and Mathilde the fairy. We lost Bob Pancakes after a long struggle of his life. Thomasina Smith also passed away along with Helen Smith. I have a huge list of people, you guys. Fiora Payne, Malcolm Payne, Bella Goth, Malcolm Landgrab, Gavin Richards, Adelina Richards, Samson Richards, Claudine DeMarle, Elliot DeMarle, Johan DeMarle, Aaron Fletcher, Joan Marin, Pedro Marin III, Robert Marin, Orla Bergeron, Eva Reeder, Herbert Ward, Robert Ward II, Andrew Carlisle, Milo Graves, Emil Graves, Grimwald Graves, Edmé Graves, Chinwe Dubec, Yaroslav Dubec, Agnes Dubec, Nina Lewis, of course our Nina, Eric Lewis II, the heir to the dukedom, and then Dante's triplets, Dante and Nina's triplets. So those are all of the Sims that passed away. The sweating sickness was wild, you guys. It was so hard to deal with losing all of these Sims, and it was just, I mean, you guys saw the video. I was in shock the entire time. It was such a struggle, and I really am sad that we lost some of these Sims. I mean, obviously some of them were not pertinent to the story we were telling, but I mean, losing 3 out of the 4 members of our main household and Dante losing all of his legitimate children, that is just like, I mean, that is just unbelievable. So that's where we're at here. I'm just scrolling through. You can see everyone who did end up passing away during the sweating sickness. It was very sad. So I'm just kind of giving them all their screen time, and I'm not going to go back through all of the names, but that was just such a wild time. So during that year, other things happened as well, some things that we had to set up for the next decade for any potential deaths in our main household, for losing all of the people that we did lose. It was very difficult. You can see Nina here again. I mean, losing Nina and her baby was just like, almost, does Nina even have any surviving children? Like, that is just so sad. So it was just rough on everyone. So in the year, what ended up happening was Amelia tricked Thomas into giving her his estate. They were supposed to get married, so it didn't really matter, but then we're finding out that people are getting sick. And then Thomas gets sick, the elder, and then we, have to say goodbye. Dante says goodbye to his brother. We plead for them, but unfortunately, we were unsuccessful in all 3 pleading for our family members. So that is how we ended up at the end of 1485. Going into 1486, having Randolph Landgrab II's birthday, he did end up marrying Liberty Lee, and then also Dante ended up failing his birthday role, which was just the cherry on top, really. Andrew Fletcher came to tell Mortimer that he was being evicted from the estate. There was a ball, and then Mortimer, of course, was trying to figure out how to save his family home, but he could not. He, was very sad about his uncle dying, and he ended up helping Eric arrest the Fletchers for defecting from France after their failed revolution attempt. In 1487, both Diana and Mortimer aged up into young adults and got married, which was really great because Mortimer actually failed his role. So we started off with their birthday. I was like, I am going to get a baby out of you one way or another. So then we had their wedding immediately. So they got married, and then he did pass away. So we had Diana plead for him with the Grim Reaper, and finally pleading with the Grim Reaper yielded a success for us. So that was really great. And then we stayed behind while Mortimer went off to war with Diana and her family. She was able to socialize with the other people, and that is how we wrapped up 1487, so we're in 1488, where we finally had our first child, Lucius Larkin. Seems that we are finally having some good luck in this family. Mortimer was given the title of Baron for all of his good deeds. He had his son and his heir, and he started, both of them started making friends with the royal family and the other nobles. Diana wants to become a proper lady, so she's been practicing. She got pregnant again, and Mortimer, was hanging out with the guys. So everything started to go really well for us. Into 1489, the last year, we had a lot of birthdays. We had our Lucius have become a toddler, and then we also had Cassandra be born. Unfortunately, I couldn't get pictures of Randolph Landgrab III's birthday after becoming an infant, and then Nesta Ward's birthday to become a child, and Peregrine Landgrab's birthday to become a young adult. That was just because of some game problems. But anyway, the ladies all met with each other, hanging out, socializing. We gave birth to Cassandra. We had Lucius's birthday, all very exciting. We are going to treat him like the heir that he is and teach him a lot. And then luckily Diana was able to get up to the status of lady in waiting by finishing the truly accomplished aspiration and becoming friends with the queen. And that's that. So that was the whole decade. It was a lot. I mean, honestly, it doesn't seem like a lot now that, really only the sweating sickness seems like a lot now that I go back through it. But a lot happened, and I am really excited. I was so happy to have so much fun with Dante and the Villainous Valentine aspiration, and then, dealing with Thomas and just everything with the, romances and the courting, and everything has just been so much fun, and I am so, so grateful for that, and I am so excited to head into the last decade of the 1400s. So let's do it.